Hi Christine, today I'd like to share my story listening experience through the song Down in the Kitchen from Mission Song Project, performed by Indigenous Music and Jessie Law. To listen to the story of Jessie grandmother's a mouse guy, a survivor of the stolen generation. I combine three approach. Miriam Rose, Urgunver's Bauman's concepts of diary, uh, Renati's pedagogy of listening, and Otto's Campbell four levels of listening. When I first listened to the song, I realized I was at the downloading levels. Because of its cheerful melodies, I interpreted it through what I already knew about children's songs. I was listening to confirm what I already thought rather than being open to what the story was really telling me. I then applied diary introduced by original educator Miriam Rose Ungunrus Bauman. She described diaries as deep listening, stillness, and awareness from within. For me, this means learning to slow down and listening not only to lyrics and melody, but also to the silence within the story. Uh, Reina Day's pedagogy of listening also challenged me. I realized that I often want to quickly analyze or make sense of what I heard. Instead, I need to suspend my assumptions and remain open to change. This listening challenged my understanding of the song. At first, I expected a song about indigenous historical trauma to be mainly sad and angry. However, Down in the Kitchen is a humorous melody while telling about hungers and life in the detention camp. I began to see religions, survival, and cultural strength. Deep listening helped me move beyond my own assumptions and listen to indigenous knowledge more respectfully. The moment that touched me most was hearing how Hama was taken away from her mother at only 8 years old. She recalls hiding in the books and baking doughs by a stream because she was hungry. And as an international student living away from my family, I could relate to feelings of loneliness and homesickness. However, I also recognized that my experience was different from the traumas of a child being uh, forcibly separated from her family. This helped me develop an empathy without assuming that I fully understood her experience. Um, this experience also shapes my philosophy as a early childhood teachers. The EYRF emphasized that belonging and respect for children's cultural identity. For me, inclusions begin with listening, and first belonging means creating relationship where children and family feel their story and identity are valued. And second, diversity and rights mean seeing children through strength, cultures, and possibility rather than through a defective lens. And third, cases mean recognizing barriers and speaking up for children's rights. In my future practice, I will apply story listening in three ways. I will slow down in conversation with children and give them time to communicate. And I will introduce indigenous peoples and um, indigenous music and storytelling respectfully with indigenous voice at the centers. And finally, I will be listening to family as partner, recognizing their knowledge of their children and using it to create culturally safe learning environment. Um, in, in conclusion, story listening has taught me that listening is not simply hearing words. It's about slow down, questioning my assumptions, and being willing to be changed by another person's story. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you for listening.